Hey everybody, it's the Rooster here, and I've got some Battlefield 3 gameplay for you guys. Now this is the full game, this is not the, the beta. I actually had some really nice beta games that I was going to end up posting and never did, but since the full game's out, I don't really see the point of going back and posting more beta footage. So now this, to start off, let me tell you, this is a TDM game. Now I know that, Battlefield hardcore guys are going to say, we don't want to see TDM, yada yada yada. That's great. I know that's not what you want to see, so I will be posting more regular games. I just wanted to throw this one out there first because it's a nice, quick little game. Obviously, conquest games, things like that, they run a little bit longer, so I wanted to get a little quick game out there. Figured this would be a good one. I really haven't played much TDM. This was one of the first TDM games that I played. I pretty much play exclusively Conquest. I mean, the beta was Rush only, and it's not that I don't like Rush, it's that most of my friends that I play with, if I want to play with anybody, wants to play Conquest, and I really do like Conquest. I played a lot of Domination and, Call of Duty, things like that, so it's very similar to Domination in the Call of Duty games, so now I chose this one because, like I said, this was, I don't know, second, third, maybe TDM that I have played on here, and we have a very nice 26 kill streak. You're not going to see a lot of kill streaks get that high anytime soon. There may be a few more out there now, some higher kill streaks, but I mean, this was right after the game came out. This is, I'm guessing, second day maybe. I don't know. I was level 16 here, so first or second day. Now, the UMP that I'm using in here, and kind of get stuck in all this crap right here, but the UMP I used a lot in the beta. I kind of got ripped on for being a little too overpowered. They nerfed it quite a bit. It's nowhere near as good as it was in the beta, but it's still an okay gun. At range, it's not really too fantastic. I mean, the UMP on the beta, I could take someone out from any range, no problem. Here, it's really good up close. I mean, it's a little rough to use at a distance. I've actually heard that they think they maybe nerfed it a little too much, and they're gonna bump up some of the PDWs, because really not a lot of submachine guns are getting used on the full game, which makes it kind of difficult if you want to use another class and level it up, say for instance recon, but you don't want to use a sniper rifle. Well, the option that you had before was that all the submachine guns were on every class, so you didn't have to use a sniper rifle to use recon. So once they kind of buff up the SMGs again a little bit, I think you'll see a lot more variety in terms of classes getting played. Right now it seems like mostly it's assault and engineer. I play pretty much exclusively engineer for the main reason that I really don't like to come up against a tank when I'm playing infantry and have nothing to use against it. I mean, on assault, I think you got the M203 that you could put on. That was about the only thing you had. I don't know how good that is against a tank because I haven't tried it out. I mean, I only used it briefly in beta and didn't really like it. That's the only thing that, the assault class really gets to, even really hurt a tank. And I really don't think that would kill a tank with the way the explosives are on here. A rocket takes, 4 to 5 usually, hits with the rocket to take out most of the tanks. So I know you can do it with less if you hit it in the right spot. I mean, they're vulnerable in the back of the tank. But, ideally, you're probably, like I said, going to use at least 4 rockets to take out most tanks if they're full health. Now, I am a big fan of the engineer class, not just because of the fact that it gets rockets, which are great for taking out, the vehicles, but you get the carbines, and the carbines are really, really good on this game. I used pretty much exclusively the assault class in the beta, so I was using guns like the AEK and M16, stuff like that. Which the M16 is a fantastic gun in the full release. I think the AEK isn't as good as it was in the beta. I know one of my friends uses the assault class primarily, and he likes the AEK on here, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel anywhere near as good as it did in the beta. But yeah, the carbines though, the M4A1, very, very good gun. I don't really use the the AK, S74U or whatever it is on here. I don't really use that too much. I use the A91 pretty much exclusively. I love that gun. The A91, I'm sure you'll end up seeing some gameplays with me using that. It has a really fast fire rate. It doesn't seem to have a lot of recoil, and it really gets the job done. I use it without even any, you know, optics on it. I go iron sights, put a grip on it, put a suppressor on it, and I'm just, you know, I take out tons and tons of people with that game, or with that gun. But that being said, you know, it's not to say that you only can use, you know, some specific guns, but there's definitely a lot of guns that feel underclassed in this game. You know, a lot of the support, you know, light machine guns. I've noticed that, you know, I pretty much gave up on some of the support guns, like the M, you know, 249, like all that stuff, until I got a grip on it. I mean, once you get a grip on it, it's definitely manageable, but the recoil is just crazy on those guns if you're not using a grip. But I don't know. I like that there's all these attachments on here. It just seems to me like I don't really use very many of them. I don't like using the tactical light or the laser. And now that I mentioned that too, I just want to say this. Please, 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 if you're a player that uses a tactical light or a laser, mostly the tactical light is the biggest issue, but when you're running around, you don't need to have that on all the time. Like on PS3, and I'm assuming it's the same on the Xbox, you just hit up on the D-pad. That turns on and off your laser sight or your tactical light. When you're running around with that, you're blinding your teammates a lot if you just have that on. I always turn it off right when I spawn. I turn it off, I run around, and then when I see a situation where I think I'm going to need it, then I click it on. So if I start to go around a corner and there's 4 guys there and I back up a second, throw on that tactical light, throw on that, you know, that laser sight. That way it also isn't just giving away my position. That's one of those things about, you know, having that on there. Yes, it can blind people if you have a tactical light on, but when you're a little ways off, you know, it's just giving away your position nonstop. So it's better just to kind of use those in a situational basis. I mean, while you're leveling up that gun, there's no point in not having anything on there. So yes, put on a tactical light, put on a laser sight. It's better than having nothing on there, but that doesn't mean you have to run around with it all the time. I didn't even get into half the stuff that I wanted to talk about, and this gameplay's already over, but hope you guys enjoyed that. It was a nice little 26 spree, run around, just kind of had my way with the other team. Actually died right at the end because kind of made a bad choice, started to shoot a guy, knew that I was getting shot from the side, or there was firing going on from my side, turned over there, spent my attention to the left instead of finishing off the guy in front of me, and he ends up coming back and taking me out. So instead of a nice little, you know, 28, 29-0 flawless, you have a 26-1 TDM with a 26 spree. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. There's going to be a ton of great Battlefield gameplay coming your way on my channel. I don't use vehicles a lot, but you know, I'll have a few vehicle gameplays, stuff like that. Expect to see a lot of Conquest. I have a really high score per minute. It's actually up to 600 now. I know it's 549 right there. I got about a 5-1 win-loss. I'm doing pretty good on this game. 2.3 kill death. I'm very, very happy with how I play and how well I score. And that's because not only am I killing a lot, but I'm constantly hopping on objectives and taking flags and defending flags. So I think a lot of you Battlefield guys will really like my channel. So just hang in there. Do me the favor of throwing that like button, subscribe, all that stuff. I'd really appreciate it, guys. Thanks.